This weather report is proudly brought to you by Dettol No Touch. Making hand washing so easy, kids want to do it by themselves.
Hello and a very good evening to you. Tonight I'm the thorn amongst the roses, and the very beautiful roses have been set aside for a very important cause. That's Cystic Fibrosis, which is having their National Awareness Day tomorrow. They call it 65 Roses Day, and I might explain that to you very shortly when I have a special guest with me. But into the weather details, and the sky scan shows the sunny conditions around the metropolitan area today. There were some pretty low temperatures, and we'll see them soon, but the lowest around the metropolitan area was 0.1 of 1 degree, and that was up at Wanneroo. Perth's minimum was 5.6. That was recorded at 8 minutes past 4 this morning. The maximum was 22.2 at 2:22 this afternoon. There's a tongue twister for you. At the moment, it's around 16 degrees. It's calm. The barometer 1,030.6 hectopascals, and that's fairly steady. And the relative humidity is 48%. Minima around the metropolitan area got down to 1 degree at Northam and Dwellingup. Bullsbrook went down to 2 degrees, Jandakot 3 and Carnot 3. The highest maximum in our area today was the 25 recorded up to the north of Lancelin. Around the state today, Wyndham in the Kimberley had the hottest day with 33.2 degrees. 15.6 was the lowest maximum. That was recorded at Laverton. Kalgoorlie not far behind with 16, and the cold spots were Collie East and Jarrawood, both going down to -3, their coldest May days on record. Well, the Roses, as I mentioned, are here for a very important cause, and Nathan Charles, hooker with the Western Force, is with me this evening, and he's an ambassador for 65 Roses Day. Welcome, Nathan. Maybe you can tell me why they call it 65 Roses Day.
Well, the story goes that a little boy's sister was affected by CF, and he thought his mother was saying 65 roses instead of cystic fibrosis.
Which is a nice story to hook into, isn't it? You're a sufferer, and people may not know that, of cystic fibrosis. How does that affect you in your daily life, and what's it do to your body?
Well, cystic fibrosis is a life-threatening condition. It affects the lungs and the digestive system by creating a thick, sticky mucus, and it clogs up the airways. For me, being proactive and healthy all the time by playing rugby and exercising, I find is the best medicine, and by exercising I find it's a substitute for doing physiotherapy every day.
Yeah, but life expectancy with the disease is only in the mid-30s, mid-30, 37?
It is, yeah. 37 is the life expectancy, but for me, I don't see that as a number to live by, and I think everyone else that affected shouldn't see that as a number they live by either.
But some people would be amazed that someone with a condition that affects the lungs can go on and play for the Western Force.
Yeah, well, look, what I do is not realistic for everybody, but, you know, it is a starting point, and I think that people should strive high and aim for the best.
And what should people look out for in the city tomorrow?
They should look out because National Awareness Day in Murray Street Mall. There will be Western Force players selling roses from 11:30 p.m.
Oh, so if you want to buy a rose from a Western Force player, be in the Murray Street Mall tomorrow, knowing you're supporting a good cause. On to the series of satellite photographs now, and you'll see that there's a lot of cloud in the Indian Ocean. This is tropical cloud that has swept down from the northwest, and it is going to miss Western Australia, which is very bad news. We have a similar setup over Eastern Australia, and that's producing rain through Queensland down into New South Wales. They'll probably get some pretty good falls down in there. On the chart, you'll see the high pressure cell, and that is up around 1,033 hectopascals. That's responsible for our sunny conditions at the moment. It should stay that way. Strong winds across the north, wind warnings from the Northern Territory border down into the Pilbara to Barrow Island. The rainfall model is showing the rain activity down through the eastern states. As I mentioned, there's likely to be some heavy falls in those areas, but very little rain further west, just a millimetre at Eucla up until 9 o'clock this morning. We may go straight to the national forecast now, because they're forecasting wet weather tomorrow in Brisbane. Rain is also expected in Sydney. Melbourne's getting the rain, and Hobart also the rain. Some showers for Hobart and Canberra. Sunny through the Northern Territory, but it could be windy through Alice Springs. If you're heading out on our local waters, we're expecting easterly winds tonight, but they'll be shifting northeasterly in the morning at 10 to 15 knots. Tomorrow evening they'll be east to southeasterly around the same speed, so the seas are probably going to be around 1 metre or below. The southwesterly swell is going to be between 1 and 2 metres. Tomorrow's high tide is 1.2 metres at 8 minutes past 11 in the morning. The low tide's 0.7 of a metre at 5 past 9 tomorrow night. Sunrise 5 past 7 and sunset at 22 past 5. So a sunny day on the way for Perth tomorrow. We'll have light to moderate east to northeasterlies in the morning, a minimum of 5 and a maximum tomorrow of 22 degrees. On Saturday it should be sunny and 23 degrees, Sunday sunny and 23 degrees. After that, the main word is sunny and 24 or 23 degrees. You take your pick. It's going to be beautiful weather. Go out and buy yourself a rose for cystic fibrosis. Good night.
Good on you, Michael. Thanks very much. And that's all from the Perth newsroom for now, but stay with us for The Project.
Thanks for your company.